Welcome to High Impact Growth, a podcast about building and scaling sustainable digital solutions to serve people with the least access to resources and improve lives and livelihoods globally. I'm Amy Vaccaro, a marketing director at Dimagi and one of your co-hosts. This podcast is for social entrepreneurs, global development funders, nonprofit leaders and implementers, and anyone grappling with the challenge of how to create tools, programs, interventions that are immensely impactful, but also have high growth and the ability to scale. This podcast is an attempt to build community and productive conversations about high impact growth and overcoming barriers to it. In a moment, you'll hear from Jonathan Jackson, CEO and co-founder of Dimagi. Jonathan will be a key subject of this podcast. Today, you'll learn a bit about Jonathan, why he started Dimagi, the market failures he sees and is quite rightly upset about, and their impact on humans globally. You'll also hear about Dimagi's framework for achieving high impact growth, which is the result of 20 years of learning and work.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Jackson. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Dimagi, and I've been here since we started the firm over 20 years ago. I've been a technologist by my educational background, but have really been at the intersection of social enterprises and technology my whole career.
Why did you start Dimagi?
When I was at MIT, I was volunteering in a course that was building a digital application for Zambia. And this was trying to help nurses and community healthcare workers with technology. And through that work at MIT, I met my now co-founder, Dr. Vikram Kumar. And we hit it off within the first 30 seconds of talking to each other. I thought this could be an amazing opportunity of applying my computer science background into a field that I was truly passionate about helping.
One of the things I love about working at Dimagi with you, John, is the perspective that you bring on the industry and the problems it faces. We're going to definitely dig into this deeper throughout this podcast. But I'm curious, why are you so passionate about global health and development and this problem space?
I think there's just a huge failure of the potential of the market and technology to improve people's lives. And the market alone isn't going to solve it. I think there are massive amounts of improvements we could make all across the world to human health and well-being. And we're just failing to do our job to uplift everybody. And while technology can't solve the problem, it can be a huge enabler for accelerating the improvement of people's lives. And I think it's really important that we actually focus on trying to achieve that potential. We owe it to ourselves and to our fellow citizens all across the world to attempt to do that.
You recently published a document called High Impact Growth that's also the name of this podcast. Tell me about the framework and the thinking that went into it.
The High Impact Growth Framework is something we just released this year that we're really excited about. And it attempts to distill 4 distinct pillars about what is unique to our approach in the market. There's lots of people making amazing impact. There's lots of amazing high growth companies. We think we're unique in how we're approaching the combination of trying to be both high impact and high growth at the same time. So the high impact growth framework includes 4 key pillars that we think about for both our current work and our future work. Does it improve well-being? Is it inclusive? Is it robust? And can it scale by the market? And those 4 key questions kind of give us an answer to whether we think something is likely to have high impact growth. The first are on improving well-being. We don't believe that just because you build successful software that it necessarily is improving well-being. Hopefully that's the case, but we always ask ourselves, what's the impact of this technology if it's used as designed? The second is it inclusive? We spend a lot of time making sure our product and services support workers in very remote areas. One of the most popular features of our core platform, ComCare, is that it runs offline. And so this is very important to us that our technology can reach a maximum number of people, not just those who are already past the digital divide or not just those that have disposable income. The third area we look at is it robust? Technology is hard to maintain, it's hard to update in the field. These are very long-running programs. We have some programs at Dimagi that have been in the field for over 10 years at this point. So it's really critical to us that we have a very robust solution that can not just meet the needs of what we're trying to accomplish today, but that can be there and be cost-effective for the next 10 years. And the final is, does it have a market-driven path to scale? Well, we think there's lots of ways in which helping underserved populations doesn't benefit from market dynamics. There are lots of ways in which it does. And for those factors, we really want to see market-driven paths to scale because that's ultimately how you're going to reach millions or billions of people.
Why start a podcast?
I love talking to people about ideas. I think some of the best ideas we've come up with your conversations, through getting constructive criticism. And I just love hearing from others about the ideas that we're thinking about the ideas they're thinking about. And I'm excited to do that more.
Anything else you want to say at this moment?
Amy, I have no idea what I'm doing. What do you mean anything else I want to say?
We're figuring this out together, John. So there you have it. Thanks for listening to our premiere episode. On future episodes, you'll hear from social entrepreneurs, funders, implementers, and movers and shakers in global development about how they're approaching high-impact growth. You'll also hear from leaders across Dimagi about the key moments and learnings from Dimagi's 20-year journey and our future plans. And we'll share with you an exciting new product we're designing that we intend to do nothing short of change the world. Seriously.